Hey everyone, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. I'm your girl Katrina. We're jumping right into the tutorial because I got a full day today and I want to do this viral sweatshirt. Of course, I'm pretty sure most of you have already done them, but just in case if you haven't done it, just in case if you want to know how to do it, it's real simple, real easy, real fun. You can be as creative and as unique as you want. I'm gonna make mine just a little bit different. It's the mom established, in hoodie sweatshirt. And I'm just taking a regular sweatshirt. Today I'm using Gildan because I like this color. I'm gonna elevate mine too. I'm gonna cut it, so stay tuned for that at the end. But this is a new color that I've never used. I can't remember the name. I can't remember the name of the color because I've had them for a while. But it looks almost like a lilac, a purple. I'll show you up close. I'm gonna be doing mine with puff. You can do this with regular vinyl. You can do it with whatever you want. You can even embroider them. I've embroidered my other ones before. I've done applique. Love how those come out. Those are a big hit. But today we're gonna be using puff because it gives it that 3D effect that we love so much. But I'm also going to put a little sparkle in it, a little bling, a little glitter. So I'm going to be using Siser glitter and the Siser puff. That's Siser, by the way. The problem is I don't know which color to choose yet. I have so many shades of like purple. So I'm trying to figure out what shade I'm going to use. So I'll be figuring that out once I get to the design. I wish I was live so you guys could help me decide what color, but I'm just gonna go ahead and pick a color. I'll show it to you up close. And for my cutting device today, I'm gonna be using my Cricut Maker 3. Cricut Maker 3 is on deck, and I'm gonna be using my Hotronix heat press. So without further ado, stay a while, learn, have some fun with me, hang out as we make this viral sweatshirt with the mom. I'm gonna put my son's name on it. I'm gonna put the year. So I'm gonna show you how you can do all that, jazz it up, and we're gonna jump ahead into Cricut Design Space really quick and show you how you do it. Then we're gonna come back, cut everything out, and then we're gonna press it, and we're gonna hook up the sweatshirt. All right, so this is something that you could be selling. This is something that you can make for your friends and family. You can give it away as gifts, but it is a hot seller. All right, so without further ado, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you find today's video helpful, entertaining, or whatever you like, make sure you go ahead and hit the thumbs up button, like the video, comment down below, share it out, and subscribe to the channel. Most of all, turn on your notification bell so that way you're not missing out on any of my future tutorials. Some of y'all keep saying I talk a little bit too fast. I'm sorry, I'm from Brooklyn. I'm gonna try to slow it down for you guys just a little bit, but I'm also trying to keep things moving because I know we don't like long videos, but take everything in love. I'm gonna try to slow it down just a little bit, but if you want more help, if you need questions afterwards, you can always join my new Facebook group, Crafts to Career. That link will be down below in the description box as well. All right, I'm gonna start rambling. Let's go ahead and make a mom viral sweatshirt. Jumping into Cricut Design Space. Let's go. All right, everyone, we're jumping right into today's tutorial. I'm in Cricut Design Space. This is the design that I got. It's a SVG file that I got from Creative Fabrica. So I just pulled this in. As you can see, it has like a background and it has the word mom inside. So the first thing I'm gonna do is size this to the actual size that I want. And I wanna make mine about 12 inches because we want that mom to be nice and big on the crew. So I got it at around 12 inches, 6 inches in height. And the first thing I'm gonna do is copy it because if anything happens, we wanna make sure we have a second copy of the exact size, but I'm gonna go ahead and hide that. On the right-hand corner, I'm just gonna click on that eye and I'm just gonna hide it. And now I'm gonna right click and I'm gonna ungroup. Most times when you get an SVG file, it's going to be grouped together. So I'm just gonna go ahead and separate it and it actually, I don't like how sometimes when you get a file, it's grouped in sections, but this one, as I just noticed, it's grouped. Yeah, I don't like how it's grouped because now we gotta put it back together. All right, so because we want this to cut together. So what I'm gonna do is I only move the backgrounds and I'm gonna keep that the same. I'm gonna go ahead and group this. All right, so I want that to stay exactly together, but now I got to come back here and center and space. I'm gonna go ahead and just remove the EST because that's not the year I became a mother. So I'm just gonna go ahead and I just flipped that, as you can see. All right, I'm just gonna delete that. Sorry, I was making a whole hot mess. All right, so in order for me to center this back perfectly, I'm going to select everything. I'm gonna show you how it's pretty much not gonna work. If I go to my center horizontally, it's going to do that. All right, I'm gonna hit the back button. If I select it again and click on align and I do center, it's going to do that. So what I'm just gonna do is move this up, and I'm going to move it to the back, send backward, so that way that's on it. And I'm just going to center each one myself like that. The O looks perfect. Now I'm going to center this one right here, get it just like that. And now it looks perfect. Now I'm going to send it to the back. Now I'm going to send it to the back, send backward. And now I can move this. Boom. And now I'm going to select everything back again, and I'm going to group it. I'm going to put it back just to make sure everything fits in place the way I want it. Perfect. All right, so that's how I did it. There's many ways that you can do it. I'm just trying to make sure everything is centered, and I think I might enlarge it just a little bit because it's going to be my glitter layer, and I just want it to pop a little bit more. So let's just enlarge the back layer just a tad bit. Gonna group that. I'm just gonna make this red because they're not gonna cut out in the same color. I'm gonna make it red just for purposes here. And this is going to be my actual black puff. So let's move it back into the letters just to see, make sure it's good. And that works for me. All right, so I like the way that looks. Now I have this, I have that. I'm just gonna put this aside because we're not done. I'm gonna also bring in the heart that's going to go on the side. And I also have to type in the year. So we're gonna do that as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and upload a file. All right, here we go. Opening up, bringing in the heart. So I'm just gonna click on flat layer, and I'm gonna upload this. So this is going to cut out on the sleeve. This is gonna cut out on the sleeve, and I'm definitely gonna keep this black. You can make it whatever size you want. I'm just bringing it in. That's good, just like that. Okay, so now I'm gonna type in my words. I'm going to put the EST, and my son was born in 2011. I made this mistake before, 2011, and I'm just gonna choose a font that I want. It's gonna go down in here. Let me move this over now. Of course, I'm gonna make that black, and now let me choose a font. So when you choose your font, you wanna come up to where you see font, and I'm gonna go to system, the ones that I've uploaded already, and I'm just gonna choose a nice font. It doesn't have to be, you can do this in script, you can do it in whatever font you want, but we're just gonna keep it simple. I want something that is gonna be a little bit closer together. Okay, that's fine for me right there. And then the last thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put words on the sleeve. I'm gonna put his name on the sleeve. I'm gonna type his name out, gonna expand that. And of course, I want this to be nice and big. Now you can do this however you want. Some people put it small, some people write it out. I think I'm gonna do mine a little bit differently. So I want mine to be, I don't always like creating things the same. So what I'm gonna do, first of all, I'm gonna find a nice, font because it is for a boy. Don't really like that. But at the same time, it's gonna be for me. All right, so I think I like that font. When I'm not sure about what font I'm gonna use, I always copy it and do it again. So that way I don't have to go back to the font. So I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do. I'm just looking at all of my cursives. And because this is gonna be in puff, I'm trying not to find something that's actually too thin because it is gonna be puff. I'm gonna do this in puff as well. Sometimes it's the K's that always get me. The K's are the ones that always, because K is a funny looking letter in script. Okay, so I'm gonna go with sublimation. I just picked the font sublimation, so I'm gonna delete these. And I'm going to make this, I hate when it gives me extra space. so that way I can get a more accurate size of what it is. I'm gonna bring that in. And now I'm gonna make this about like 7 inches, maybe 7 inches. This is gonna go on the sleeve. Actually, I'm gonna make it 9 inches. We're gonna make this 9 inches, and I'm just gonna stretch it this way because I don't want, that's the one thing I don't like about Cricut. All right, so 9 inches, there we go. Now I'm wondering, is this gonna cut filled or is this, because I really want it to be filled. So now I gotta see. I'm going to just go ahead, click make it. Gonna save my project, of course. And now we should be ready to rock and roll on a mat. And here we go. All right, I'm just gonna place it to where I want it. All right, so I'm gonna make sure I mirror everything. Gotta make sure you mirror because you're weeding, you're doing HTV. And that's ready to go. Let's check on this one. Okay, and we're going to mirror. And I'm just gonna cut everything out in regular HTV settings. Iron on for glitter and iron on for the puff. Okay, so before I do anything, I'm gonna go ahead and cut on my heat press using my Hotronix Fusion IQ. I still love my Trans Pro Plus, love that heat press, but I guess this one gets more use now because it's literally like right here to my workstation. But I'm gonna start with the glitter first. So that's gonna be pressed at 320. So I'm gonna go ahead and just get this warmed up. And then we're gonna cut out all our materials. I'm gonna press the puff last and everything else is gonna be in puff. So we'll press the puff last. So I'm gonna go ahead and let that heat up, and it lets me know I have 18 minutes. 18 minutes, so that's enough time to cut out our HTV. All right, so this is the crew neck. Like I said before, this is just a regular gilding. And these are the colors, guys. These are the colors. This is all Siser glitter. I've never used this color. This is called Current, but they just have so many colors, so many beautiful colors. This is blush. And I'm trying to see which one is going to pair well. So I know the translucent pink is out. I know the neon purple is out. These are just all the shades of purple that I have. Lilac is a contender. And then the lavender. So, and of course, the puff is going to be on top of it. The puff is going to be on top in black. I'm thinking that the blush or the lilac. Blush or the lilac. I think this is like a better angle so that way you can see both color HTVs and this. And then when I throw the black on top, you're not gonna see that much of the glitter, but you'll see it. I'm gonna surprise y'all. I'm gonna surprise y'all. But these are my last 2 options that I'm gonna choose. Let's go ahead and get to cutting. All right, as I said, I'm using my Cricut Maker 3. And I have a 24-inch mat, 24-inch mat. I'm gonna start out with the puff first because I'm still deciding on that glitter. All right. All right, so you always want to put your puff with the glossy side up, or in this case, it has a glossy backing, glossy carrier. Just gonna add some tape to the corners, and I'm using just regular everyday iron-on for the puff, with no extra, just regular settings. So I cut out the black, and of course this was the outline and it's too small, so I'm gonna go back and do this over. Not sure why my machine is making noises, it might be the mat, but I'm gonna go back and do it again. But I don't know if you can see it, there's a really thin border, so I'm gonna go back and create an offset because I want my glitter backing to be nice and bold around the whole entire thing. So I'm just gonna save this for another project. All right, so I'm gonna cut this out. This cut out perfectly, and then I'll weed it after I cut out the purple. I think I'm gonna go with this color. Okay, I decided. I'm gonna go with the blush, and we're gonna make it work. Carrier side down, stick it in. Little razzle dazzles, almost like confetti, so this will work good. Now, this one stuck down to the mat, but the puff didn't. All right, again, make sure you're cutting in reverse. Okay, so while that one is gonna cut out, we're gonna go ahead and weed out the puff. almost, literally almost cut too close to the edge, but we got everything in place. It weeds so easy. Okay, let's make sure everything cut perfectly. Heat press is already ready. We're ready to rock and roll and press this design. Okay, so I'm going to weed out the middle. Gonna take that out. So like I've said before in previous videos, I'm not really a vinyl girl anymore because ever since they came out with the DTF, I prefer that, or I prefer my white toner, but I love working with specialty vinyls. Puff, glitter, like my faves, even flock. So I will always have puff on hand. I will always have glitter on hand. So I'm cutting this out because each piece is going to go in a different spot. Okay, so these are all of my pieces. And now let's cut out the glitter. I know you guys probably can't see the cut lines. If I wanted to do two with this color, sheesh, that took up a lot of space. That was that whole sheet almost. This is what's gonna get pressed first. This is the same HTV that I use for my glitter appliques because it's tear away. So if you've never used it as an applique, you're missing out. It's just perfect for applique designs. Weed out the middle, and that's it. Let's head on over to the heat press, baby. That's gonna look really nice. That's gonna look really nice paired together. Okay, so this is my crew neck. I am going to use the threading feature. Sometimes I don't because I don't really want it upside down. That's the only thing about threading. I just don't want it upside down. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to pre-press it, put it back to setting number 1. Pre-press that. That gets the moisture out. Okay. I'm going to fold this in half to get my center. That's going to give me my center point for this. And now I'm going to lay it right here. You see how well it pairs with the color? That's what I wanted. I wanted it to, you know, make sure it lays nice with the color. Okay, where's my center line? Perfect. I am going to cut this crew neck, so keep that in mind. I'm going to cut this at the end of the video to cut that collar off. So that's perfect. 4 fingers from the top. This is for me. And I am going to put a carrier on. I'm going to press this at 320 degrees. 320 degrees, 15 seconds. Oops. Okay. This is a warm peel. So while that's cooling off just a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and change this to my puff. Gonna go ahead and change that to my puff because now I need to bring my press down to 280, I'm sorry. So that's lowering down to 280. And I already love the way it's almost, I wanted almost a perfect match. That's what I wanted. Almost a perfect match. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead, turn this around, take it out, and then put it up this way. And just look at that peel. Just look at that glitter. That thing just sparkles and shines. I love that. I love that. You can sell this hoodie just like that. Just like that. All right, but we not. So we're gonna add on the next part. All right, so I'm gonna add the mom right up here on the top. Make sure that's nice and centered. Oh yeah, I'm gonna love this. I'm gonna love this. I'm trying to make sure everything is centered. Okay, and I'm just gonna go ahead and add, of course, my estimated, I might need to trim away at the bottom because I want to get this nice up close. So I'm just going to cut in here. Yeah, so I'm definitely going to trim away right in here. So that way we can press it both at the same time. Like Chris Tucker says, same time, man, same time. All right, so we're gonna add this back. Make sure that's nice and centered. I surely hope y'all didn't hear my stomach growling. There we go, just like that. All right, we almost there. We got the puff. Y'all let me know if I should have layered that with glitter as well. I'm thinking maybe I should have layered that with glitter too. But we're just gonna go ahead with it for today. All right, once the heat press gets to where it needs to be, the desired temperature, because I'm at 302 right now. I gotta go all the way down to 280, then I'm gonna press this. All right, gotta go all the way down to 280. As you can see, I got about 3 more minutes, so I'm gonna go get me a snack and I'll be right back. So I will say, and I have said it before in other videos, I love this heat press, but it does, out of all the heat presses that I have, especially HTV Ron, Transpro Plus, this one takes the longest to heat up and cool down. Takes the longest time. So that's my only like little nitpick. If I was using the HTV Ron, I would have already been there. But this is a much, I don't know why it takes so long, but about 8-9 minutes to go from 320 to go down to 280. I need you to speed up. I need this fusion to fuse faster. Let me go get a snack. All right, we there, so it's time to rock and roll. Let's go ahead and press this. I'm not gonna use any carrier sheet. So we're pressing the puff. I'm not gonna use any carrier sheet. 281, 10 seconds. It was on firm pressure. You can press this between 8 to 10 seconds. Look at that. What? I love that. I love that. I love that. All right, we're gonna keep going. I'm gonna press the sides of the sleeves because we're not done. We're not. Look at that puff, baby. Look at that puff and that glitter. Really, really love that. All right, let's keep going. I didn't even think to make sure I had that centered, but it's just a smidget off, I was so into the glitter, but I really love the way that color came out. All right, so let's go ahead and finish the sleeves and then we're almost done. So because I'm using my Hotronix Fusion IQ, I probably should have used the Trans Pro Plus because I have all the interchangeable platens for it, especially the sleeve platen. This does have it, but it costs an arm and a leg, a whole arm. So I'm gonna be using my sleeve pressing pillow. And you can put this on whatever side you want. Like I said, some people do the names really small. I did my son's really big because I don't want it to go just on the cuff. I want it to go across the sleeve. So I'm just gonna put his name on the right side and I'm going to put the heart on the left. So again, you can do it however you want. So I'm gonna add the pressing pillow on the inside and I want his name. So when you're doing sleeve designs, you can either have, cause I used to do custom like gaming hoodies, you can put the name like on the side, like so that way outside people can see, or you can put it on the inside so that way you can see. I always put mine on the outside because I want other people to see. I don't need to read what it says. I know what it says. So mine is going to be on this side, and also it makes for better pictures. Keep that in mind too. It makes for better pictures so that way when you're taking your pictures, you want people to see your design. So if you put it on the inside, it just makes a little harder, a little difficult. So I'm using the pressing pillow. I'll have it linked down below in the description box. And we're gonna press this. We're gonna press this. I'm just gonna go ahead and lay this right here. Oh, I need to pre-press this too. Remember, don't forget to pre-press this. Still at 280, people, still at 280. Get the moisture out. Might need to lighten up the pressure a little bit because now I have a pressing pillow. And I'm gonna do that. Just lighten it up just a tad. Again, you can press puff with medium to firm, medium to firm. And I'm just gonna lay that right there, baby. His name, Big. He get on my nerves. I don't know why I'm putting my son's name on my crew neck. That's neither here nor there. Let's go ahead. All right, just like so. And I'm gonna push this baby in. All right, let's see how this came out. Let's see how this turned out. I can already tell. Ooh, we got a little bit of crinkles. Too much pressure. Dang! I just made a weird noise. I'm sorry. So when you have too much pressure or it's on too long, you get the crinkles. So I got the crinkles and I did not want that. Man, this was supposed to be like my mock-up. That's another reason why I was doing this. This is like my mock-up. But oh well, oh well. Let's do the other side. So I gotta lighten the pressure because the pressing pillow just messed it up. Take that out. And now I'm gonna put it on the other side. Now technically I don't have to. So now we're just gonna put a nice little heart right over here. I'm gonna put it like angled. Make sure it's centered. Making sure it's centered. Okay, and again, so you can see this is nice and big. You don't have to do it that big. You can do it much smaller, much cutesier, whatever you want. I was putting the pressing pillow because of the cuff, So I'm actually going to turn it this way and take the cuff off the mat. Nope, that's gonna be too far. So what I'm gonna do is, I am gonna use the pressing pillow because I wanna make sure I press it evenly. That's the whole point. That's the whole purpose of the pressing pillow. And I'm gonna take the pressure down. I'm gonna take the pressure down. There we go. All right, so I took my pressure down and here we go. Okay, I'm on medium pressure. Okay, here we go. That looks like it's perfect. Let's see. Got still a little bit of crinkles. Could have left it at the first setting, but that looks good. That looks good. That's how that one came out. Got a few crinkles in there, but definitely got way more crinkles on this side. This is how the name on this one came out. Real crinkly. So some people like that effect, but I don't. So I'm gonna bring it over to the table and show you what the whole thing looks like. All right, this is what the crew neck looks like. Oh my goodness, I forgot. I gotta cut it. I gotta cut it. But as you can see, I got the name on the side. I got the heart on one side, established in 2011. That's when I became a mom. And that glitter is just really setting it off with the puff. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna cut it. Doesn't look that bad, but yeah, I know I'm anal. I really wish that was like the perfect puff like this one. My settings were perfect, but I forgot when I put in my pressing pillow. So when you add a pressing pillow, please take your pressure back down. Take your pressure back down. Let's make this crew neck even more sexier because I'm a sexy mom. All right, let's go and elevate this, and then I'm gonna try it on in the end. So I accidentally didn't click record when I started the process to show you guys how I cut the crew neck. So first off, you can use this. This is like a little rotary cutter or whatever it's called, but sometimes I tend to go off. You don't really get a straight edge all the time, so I don't really use this. Instead, I use really sharp fabric scissors. You want to use really sharp fabric scissors, and you're going to take your crew and you're going to fold it in half. You're going to make sure that it's completely straight, starting with the center points right here. You're going to make sure it's lined up perfectly all the way from top to bottom, and you'll see me when I start with the actual crew neck that I designed today. So once you have it lined up perfectly, you can determine how far you want to cut. So if you want to go all the way off the shoulder, which I don't recommend, but at least for right here, but I did mine about right here and I cut in. So again, you can use this if you want, but I just use regular sharp fabric scissors. Depending upon how deep you want your cut off of your shoulders will determine how far you go down. I'm just yep, and I feel, you want to make sure, I feel like my crew neck is not, it's not smoothed out, so something is off underneath. So I'm just making sure that everything is, see, it's like, gotta make sure that's laid out flat. Okay, so now I'm gonna bring it over. I felt that underneath it. Okay, so just straightening that out. Once again, to make sure everything is level and perfect. And now, because I don't really like sweaters and crew necks, so I gotta make them a little fancy. All right, so I'm just going to now cut. Once you cut, keep going. Do not stop, because you want a smooth cut. Okay. Nice, nice, clean edge. All right, so now let me try it on for you guys. Cut this away, and this is what I got. Let me show y'all the whole design. This is what it looks like off the shoulders. You can wear it like this, you can wear it like this, however you want. I have to spice things up, I'm sorry. I know y'all see my little suntan, because I was just out here cruising. But this is how it looks on the sleeve. This is what I mean when you want it on the side. You can do it down this way. You can see this, but I like it on the side outwardly so that way people can see it. All right, like that, like so. I should have raised it up just a tad bit, but that's perfect. And then this is the heart. Actually, it's the way I'm wearing my sweater. Just because it's a big, this is actually a bigger size. I wanted a bigger, I'm wearing a size medium. So that's why it looks big. It's like a baggy. This is the gilding, so they're baggy. So this is on the outside right here. You can see it like that. Again, you can do it small. And again, you can do it on the front if you want. If you want, you can do it on the front, but I wanted it on the outside. So this is how it looks. This is how it came off, established in 2001. And if you want to see the cut on the back, how it cuts in the back, this is what it looks off the shoulders in the back. So it is sort of like a V-neck. And again, depending on how deep you want it will determine how far you go down. All right, but I love making these, and then you can just wear it and style it. And I love that it's like an oversized baggy fit. You know, when you take your pictures, that's a whole nother video. That's a whole nother video when you style these, but you can get so creative when you're taking these pictures to advertise the size. But this is the mom viral sweatshirt. You can do it in a hoodie if you want, but I like the crew necks better, and they're just comfortable, number one. And of course you get to brag on your kids. You get to, you know, show off your kids. So again, some people put the names, especially if you have multiple kids, you can design the names and you want to make them much smaller. But if you only have one, you can definitely do this. But you can do this in any style with sayings, anything. But hope you guys like it. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Make sure you are joining my Facebook group, because I'm going to be showing some dope pictures on how to style your products that you make. All right, you've created something, you made it, you designed it, you want to sell it. How are you going to market it? How are you going to make money? Okay, we're going to be talking about videos, we're going to be talking about pictures, all of that inside my Facebook group, Crafts to Careers, turning those passions into a profit. I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time, keep pressing, always moving grace. See you later. Love you. Bye.